Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa,
Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Viewers, today we are happy to have with us world-renowned swordsmith and jeweler Jot Singh Khalsa from the USA. Jot Singh, welcome to the Sikh channel.
Thank you so much. Pleasure to be here.
Can you start by telling us a little bit about your work, training, and your journey into Sikhism?
Happy to, Ranjit Singh Ji. It was 40 years ago this year that I began my journey as a Sikh and a Khalsa. And I was attending university and studying jewelry making. Guru seemed to introduce me many years ago to the fact that I had capable hands. And there were classes being offered there in yoga and meditation. And I began to practice what's called Kundalini Yoga, and it gave me a new experience inside of myself that I found precious. So I continued to practice. I found that the teacher had a turban on and thought that was interesting. And I found that he was from the Sikh background, and way back then was the first time I put a turban on my head, and since that time it has been a long journey, and I have learned to appreciate and to embrace the Sikh path, and to I think it's taken me many years just to feel deeply inside that I'm a Gursikh. And so the jewelry making, a few friends suggested that I actually try making some kirpans, because from their observation and then from my observation, the kirpans that came from India were not of the highest quality.
Okay.
I thought there might be something that could be done that was better. So I worked diligently my last year of university to actually create a few kirpans, and they were more decorative than functional. But then soon after I graduated from university, I went to the first New York knife show and saw a very high quality, a lot of high quality knives, swords and this kind of thing, and decided, I looked at them and I said, I can do this. And that, Guru seemed to have been churning back then. This was probably close to, this was 1978, 79, and this was the beginning of Khalsa Kirpans, where I then went and was able to invest some money and set up a small manufacturing shop.
So can you start by telling us about some of the work that is more prominent and that you are more sort of like proud to have worked on?
It was 1998, and my teacher of many years, a very wise and devout Gursikh, Harbhajan Singh Yogi, he asked me to create a very royal sword. And at that point in time, I had no idea what he was really requesting of me, but he continued to give me input and revealed to me that this would be given as a gift to honor and commemorate the birth of the Khalsa in Anandpur Sahib, India in 1999. And proceeded to help raise almost 100,000 US dollars to help support the materials and the various contractors who I worked with to create this rather special sword. I had the good fortune for over a year to work on it as totally seva, a great blessing and challenge at the same time. There were many technical things that came up that took a certain amount of effort, prayer, Nam Simran, just to figure, so that things could assemble just right and everything would be right. And Many participated, many came to serve that project to honor the 10th Master's gift to live as Khalsa, the birth of the Khalsa. And so now that's at Keshkar Sahib Gurdwara in Anandpur Sahib in India. We presented it, 400 of us from the West presented that sword, including Yogi Bhajan, my teacher. And now I'm checking on it with some regularity as he requested, just to make sure. But this is probably certainly the most expensive piece I've worked on. It has all of the Jot Sahib laser engraved on both sides of it. It is all gold and diamonds, a lot of it, and wonderful carved falcon for the handle, and beautiful jade inserts. And it was a great blessing to have worked on this particular project.
Okay, good stuff. Recently we've had a tragedy in Wisconsin regarding a shooting at a local Gurdwara. Do you have any views on that?
I think it's tragic that many do not know who Sikhs are worldwide, especially in the United States where I live. It is more probably don't know who Sikhs are. Many more don't know who Sikhs are than who know who Sikhs are. And the very special thing that I've observed, I've been in Europe since this happened, but what I've observed is that people, the mainstream media is very grateful for the fact that the Sikhs are not bitter. Those who have been interviewed on the media, they're not hateful, they're not bitter, they understand there was a confused soul who thought he was doing something that the world needed, evidently, or was just so confused that he took people's lives. And it's unfortunate, and from what I've observed, the Sikhs have just said prayers for him and blessed him, that he should somehow be at peace at this point in time. I think this is exemplary of the Sikh community. Unfortunately, it was a tragedy, certainly for many, and sometimes we have to make the best.
It actually seems to have brought people together as well after the incident.
Yes.
A lot of communities have really come together, not just Sikhs, but more widespread communities. There's actually a I Pledge Against Hate Crime campaign that this is triggered. And it's really brought everyone together to raise the issue. And so I think it's in one sense,
It's possibly raised awareness of Sikhism a little bit more through the media.
It's raised awareness a lot more of the Sikh community, and it's begun to educate people who Sikhs are, which is a very important thing for us to do. Those of us who are very visibly Sikhs, I've received many condolence emails, phone calls that I'm finding on answering service back home of those who know me well, and just want to share in the grief that the Sikh community is feeling through this. So I think it's a tragedy. It's also an opportunity for us to help educate many who have no idea who the turban peoples are, who may live in their community, and who are the Sikhs.
Yeah. Okay. You referred to have done yoga for, I think, 40 years?
Yes.
Could you please explain to the viewers some of the benefits that or you feel that you've gained through yoga, and it may relate to the wider audience as well?
I believe that the particular science of Kundalini Yoga is a very precious tool to help people deeply, deeply relax, and also to give us deep peace and tranquility, as well as profound insights into our own lives. I've had the good fortune to practice this particular Kundalini Yoga for 40 years.
Right.
And I teach all over the world. I was just teaching in France. I've taught several times here in the United Kingdom. And it is one of the greatest blessings of my life. I grew up as a white guy outside of Boston, and had no awareness of yoga, had no awareness of Sikhs, and found myself at this point in time being a pretty devout Sikh, and also being very grateful for this particular yoga and Nam Simran, I call it. It's yoga and meditation, but I found that meditation is Nam Simran. And this has brought me to the Guru as well. It has allowed me to find the Guru in my life. It has allowed me to honor the Sri Guru Granth Sahib, try to live by the teachings of the Gurus and the Sikhs and those who contributed to Sri Guru Granth Sahib. So yoga is something I practice daily, and Nam Simran. I spend 2 hours in the early morning, and I've cultivated that practice over a 40-year period.
Jot Singh ji, if you could tell us a little bit about the new artisan kirpan that you're offering, and the quality as opposed to other kirpans on the market.
Happy to, Ranjit Singh ji. For decades, Sikhs all over the world have visited khalsakirpans.com, have seen the work that others have commissioned me to do, and some of the kirpans that I have made and swords that I have made, and said, Jot Singh ji, I honor the work that you are doing, and can you make something more affordable for the regular Singh who doesn't have a lot of money? And this came year after year. And finally, Guru said, okay, when are you going to pay attention to this and offer something that Singhs can afford? So I went to the drawing board, so to speak, and found an excellent manufacturer. And now for, I believe, 6 years, or maybe it's just 3 years, we're offering these kirpans. But it's been 6 years in process before I could get the excellent quality in a kirpan that is much less money than what I have to charge for things that are made with my own hands, but is more, it is a little more expensive than what Sikhs are used to paying for kirpans that come from India. But the difference in these kirpans is that we have paid attention to every detail in these kirpans. They are the highest quality craftsmanship that can be put into a practical product, a practical kirpan. The fit and finish of all of the parts is excellent, and we are using very high quality steels. I believe that if Guru Gobind Singh were with us today, he would completely approve of these kirpans. The excellent steel we are using, stainless steel we are using in them, and they are real kirpans. Which is different than what I observe in the kirpans mostly that come from India, in that if we need to use a kirpan, God forbid we need to use a kirpan, but if we do, it has to be sharp. So our kirpans are also sharp. They are real kirpans.
Okay. Well, Jot Singh ji, thank you very much for attending our studios today. And viewers, if anyone wanted to purchase a kirpan, they can go to www.khalsakirpans.com. Where you will be able to purchase and have a look at some of the exquisite work that Singh Sahib has done himself.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. You introduced me many years ago to the fact that I had capable hands, and there were classes being offered there in yoga and meditation. And I began to practice what's called Kundalini Yoga, and it gave me a new experience inside of myself that I found precious. So I continued to practice, to embrace the Sikh path, and to, I think it's taken me many years just to feel deeply inside that I'm a Gursikh. And so the jewelry making, a few friends suggested that I actually try making some kirpans, because from their observation and then from my observation, the kirpans, I found that the teacher had a turban on and thought that was interesting. And I found that he was from the Sikh background, and way back then was the first time I put a turban on my head, and since that time it has been a long journey, and I have learned to appreciate and to
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa,
Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Viewers, today we are happy to have with us world-renowned swordsmith and jeweler Jot Singh Khalsa from the USA. Jot Singh, welcome to the Sikh channel.
Thank you so much. Pleasure to be here.
Can you start by telling us a little bit about your work, training, and your journey into Sikhism?
Happy to, Ranjit Singh Ji. It was 40 years ago this year that I began my journey as a Sikh and a Khalsa. And I was attending university and studying jewelry making. Guru seemed